My car broke down. Do I still have to pay the car payment? Today I want to talk about that question. I've been asked it a couple times. If my car breaks down and I finance this car, do I still owe the monthly payments that I was financed? So stay tuned. My name is Jay, and welcome to Ask a Debt Collector. Now, I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've done it all, from skip tracing to collecting to management, and I've owned 2 debt collection agencies. For the past 8 years, I've been the go-to guy for friends and family for questions regarding debt and credit, and now I want to be that person for you. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. Let's go. Obviously, before we get started, let's get over some household items. These items, I believe, can help each and every single person that is watching this some way, in some shape, or some form. And the great thing about it is they're all free. So if you're looking for a free pay to delete letter, I have a link down below. A free Goodwill letter, a free cease and desist letter, as well as a free consultation with regards to credit repair. Email me at askadebtcollector@bearrecovery.com. All that information, all that free information is down below. So just click the link or email me. Now, if you're looking for a DIY credit repair kit for next to nothing, pennies on the dollar is what I like to call it, email me at askadebtcollector@bearrecovery.com. That'll be there. Be on the lookout. Books, Dreams, and Financial Things, a podcast I do with my wife. This will give you a little more insight about me and what I do on a day-to-day basis. We are a blended family. I do have 5 kids. Yes, I repeat, 5 kids that we're juggling and trying to take care of. And so, check us out there. Books, Dreams, and Financial Things. That information will be down below. And last but not least, if you're looking to lose weight, frugallyketo.com. Check out the website. Check out the Instagram, frugally_keto. My wife, a lot of great information with regards to that. So check that out. Now, on to the topic at hand. If my car breaks down, do I still have to pay the car payments? It's a great question. I mean, look, I bought the car, it broke down, so I don't want to pay it. This makes sense to any rational person, but let's dig into this information completely. This has happened to me personally. For those of you who have been following me, you've heard my stories with regards to the second car that I had. Well, it's the first car I ever had in my name. It was the second car that I had in general. But basically what happened is I go down to the dealership. I had a friend, he said, hey, go down to this pot lot. I know the person, the sales guy here, he'll be able to get you a car. What happened? I had no idea what my FICO score was. I had no idea what my credit looked like. I didn't know much about credit. But I figured, okay, let's go down here. Let's see what I have to do. I'll probably have to put down some money, $5,000 to $1,000, and let's see what'll happen. This process takes forever, especially if you don't do it the right way. But you go to the pot lot, or you even go to the big dealership. A sell guy come up, hey, how can I help you? What are you looking to do? Oh, I want to buy a car. All right, let's browse some cars. You go look at some cars. I found a Cadillac. It was a newer Cadillac. They let you test drive it, get your hopes all up high, obviously, with regards to get in that car. You do the test drive, and they're like, okay, well, after I test drive the car, this is what you want. Okay, well, let's see what we can do as far as getting you financed. Now, anybody out there who does not know their FICO score, chances are it's because it's low. 90% chance your FICO score is low and you're not going to be approved for, possibly the car that you want. So I browse, I look, they pull a copy of my credit report, and then they come back. They don't even tell me anything about my credit, but they say your credit needs some work. You don't have much credit established. I have a perfect car that I'm pretty sure I can get you financed for. So I went from looking at that Cadillac that I thought I was going to get, they brought me to a Hyundai Sonata. Typically, at that time span, they'll take you there, Or if you're at one of these big lots, they have something called special financing, which is people with not so good credit. And typically those cars are, anywhere from about 10 grand and below. The prices on those cars are hiked up high, and then your interest rate's going to be hiked up high, but that's a whole nother story. But you go there. Or you go to the pot lot, they say, hey, I'm not going to be able to get you for these cars, but we have a thing called in-house financing. And that's typically given to people with poor credit to get you going. And hopefully within your in-house financing, it's reported on your credit report. Sometimes it's not. It's just basically that dealership taking on the loan themselves to make a sale to you with regards to the car. You've got that car through in-house financing or on the special financing department. You get a car that you typically don't want. They'll either show you maybe 3 or 4 cars that you could possibly get. These are cars that were probably traded in or on their lot for some time. They're just trying to get rid of them. They're going to get you a hard money loan for it, or they're going to do in-house financing for this car in particular. So now you get the car. It's an older car. It's not worth much money. But hey, it's a car. You make your payments. You make 5 or 6 payments. I've seen this happen to so many people. Then all of a sudden, the check engine light comes on. The car's sputtering. Things is messing up on the car. You're upset. You take the car to the dealership only to realize you bought the car as is. You have to go to a mechanic, your own personal mechanic, or sometimes they'll have a mechanic. You find out the engine's blown, the transmission's no good, some very expensive situation with regards to the car. And so now you've made 6 payments, you financed the car for 3 or 4 years, and you're like, what the heck? I still have 3.5 years of payments. How the heck am I going to pay this? Or better yet, why would I pay the car payments on this car and the car's broke down? It's not my fault the car's broke down, but in fact it is. You got to understand something. When you do in-house financing, or if you're financing the car, it's special financing, all it is typically what it is a hard money lender. So the car dealership, once they get you approved, running your credit 15, 16 times, they get you approved for a hard money loan. What happens is that bank that you got approved for sends a check to the dealership. So the dealership gets the full price of the actual car. Now the dealership is out of the way. You're dealing with the finance company. Do you remember that long sheet of paper where you signed and initialed all these large paragraphs that you really didn't read? A lot of times that salesperson's just telling, hey, this is this means that, this means that. It's initial here, sign here, initial here, sign here, as they're looking at you because they know they're going to make their commission on that used car, which is going to probably be a large amount. You're initialing, you're signing, you're not really reading anything, you're just trusting what it is that they're stating, and at the end of it, it's done. So now you owe the finance company for that car. The car dealership don't have nothing to do with it. They've been paid. They're done with it. Their fingers are washed away. Now, between you and the finance company that you actually got that loan for, so you got a loan for $8,000. At the end of it, you're paying $13,000. You're paying almost $5,000 in interest. That's what end up happening. So you got to understand, you're dealing with the finance company. So the car dealership's out the way. Car breaks down. Too bad, so sad. You still have to pay those payments. No matter what happens to that car, you're responsible for the payments. That's why I always recommend you do, if you're going to get a used car, only get a certified used car because there's a warranty with the car. Or if you're going to go to a pot lot and get a car, you're going to pay $3,000 or $4,000. They can finance it in. At least this way, if something happens to the car with a co-payment of maybe $300 to $500, you can get whatever is needed fixed for 3 years. So understand something. When you go and get that car at that pot lot or at the special financing, you're responsible for the payments. I know it does not seem fair. It's not cool. But the reality is you're responsible for those payments. So make sure you pay those payments. Another thing you can do is you can always trade it in and try and upgrade because you made the payments on the car. Hopefully you got to 6 months to a year. You made your payments on time. You can trade it in. But in that instance, you're not going to get what the value of that car is, because you finance it for 13 grand. The car is only worth maybe 8 grand. And after 6 months to a year, it may even only be worth about 7 or 6 grand. So that difference will be added to the other loan, and you'll have a large payment on another car when you get another car. But that are two options. You can make sure you get a certified used car. You can pay for some type of insurance with regards to the car itself in case it breaks down or anything along those lines, or you can trade it in. Those are your options, but the reality is, what that contract states, you're responsible for paying it. Now, if you have any questions about credit or debt, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. As always, you be great.